Right, picture this. You love the MG4, but now you've got a dog, 2 kids, and 6 bags for life in your boot at any given moment. You need more space, more comfort, and a bit more go. Well then, meet the all-new MGS5 EV. It's the MG4's larger, more practical big brother, and today we're going to find out if it's just a sensible option or something you actually want to drive. Now, this isn't your average electric SUV. The MGS5 is a new generation of versatile family haulers. And yes, I said haulers, because underneath your power tailgate, you have 453 litres of boot capacity. That's with the seats up. Drop them rear seats down and you've got 1,441. That's not just an average type of space. That's carry half of IKEA home type storage. And that is helped by its rather giving wheelbase and dimensions. 17-inch alloy wheels come as standard up for the Trophy, the top spec, and they go up to 18 inches, because that increase makes all the difference. In wheel size, obviously. As for the design, well, it's smart without being overly shouty and in your face. LED headlights and daytime running lights come as standard, which are obviously synonymous to the MG4. This front end kind of looks like the MG4 was put on a bit of weight over Christmas. But saying that, it gives it a sporty SUV stance. And that's definitely helped by the design of the front bumper, rather synonymous to the new MG Cyberster. So overall, it's a smart, a fairly sporty looking SUV. The top spec, the Trophy, also benefits from rear privacy glass, just giving it that premium edge. Now then, let's talk power, because the MG S5 EV has a good amount of pull off the line. Really good torque for a car of this size. Now with them 2 battery options, if you go for the larger out of the 2, then you can get a 0 to 60, 6.3 seconds, which is kind of like a hot hatch of old, except it's a lot more practical for an everyday user or a family. There's loads of space and you get loads of features, and not necessarily for a hot hatch type price. And obviously it's an electric vehicle, so it's going to get that instant torque off the line that we all know about EVs. But even still, climbing up through the speeds, and it's rather impressive. It kind of shows that owning a large SUV kind of doesn't have to be just a matter of means. It doesn't just have to be, oh, I need more space, I better get that car. It shows that you can still have an enjoyable driving experience that has a bit of zip about it. And that heightened performance is also helped with the 5 driving modes, which come as standard. And obviously you're going to get sport, which if you put it in, then it's a whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. For those of you that have range anxiety out there, let me help cure that. Because with the SE, with the 49 kilowatt hour battery, you have 211 miles of electric range. Perfect for your weekly commutes. Opt for the Trophy 64 kilowatt hour battery, then that goes up to 298. But if you just wanted to use this to potter about town, then that Trophy, doing short distance journeys, you get a frankly ridiculous 423 miles. To replenish them miles then, and you can actually get from 10 to 80% in around about 28 minutes. That's helped by its 400 volt system and rapid charging up to 139 kilowatts. If you just opt for a regular 7 kilowatt home charger, then the SE will fully charge in 8.5 hours. The Trophy, 11.5 hours. You might think that's a fair amount of time, but essentially, plug it in before you go to bed and you'll wake up full of beans. And so will the car. Inside, and it's all very MG4 2.0. in the sense that it utilises the space very well and has all the tech that you need. As for tech, you get a 12.8 inch touchscreen coming with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, fully digital dash and multiple driving modes. The SE comes fully loaded with adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot detection, parking camera and hill start assist. Your CarPlay, as mentioned, is wireless, so it reduces all the clutter in this nice floating center console design, which actually houses a nice slot to store your phone or on charge it on the road, wireless phone charging pad, and a good amount of storage underneath to store your dinner. 2 cup holders and plenty of storage in your door bins and also in that center console, which actually houses 2 more USB-C charging ports. So you've got 3 places to charge your phone in the front. Definitely value for money. go up to the top spec, the trophy, and this is where MG really treats you, and it almost feels like they roll out a red carpet. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, a powered tailgate, and 360 parking cameras. And not to mention these contrasting colours pattern on the seats, and I especially like the almost carbon fibre effect that runs all the way across your dash. Now, it's obviously, for the price tag, not real carbon fibre, but I just think it's a nice touch. Leather-wrapped 3-spoke steering wheel with all the controls that you need, even a favourites button to shortcut to whatever your preference. This electric SUV certainly feels like it's been built around real-world use, because you get a big boot, check, enough tech to make your old SUV feel like a Nokia 3310, and plenty of space for your rear passengers. Now, I mentioned this effectively feels like the MG4's older brother, and it's actually to replace the ZS EV. But if you were to go from the MG4 to this, it probably is because you need more space, maybe use it as a family car. Well, ice fix points either side, plenty of legroom in the back, easily fits a car seat in and out, and also the fact that the middle has completely flat floor, meaning 3 passengers in the rear could fit comfortably. That comfort is also helped by 2 air vents in the rear, but only 1 USB-C port, so 3 kids might squabble. So you've got to be thankful that there's 2 more in this bad boy. As for specs and cost, well, it looks a little bit like this. SE 28,500, 49 kilowatt hour battery, 211 miles, 0 to 60, 8 seconds. SE long range, just under 31,000, 64 kilowatt hour battery, allowing for 298 miles, and 0 to 60, and rather respectable, 6.3 seconds. Top spec, the trophy long range, 33.5, 64 kilowatt hour battery, 288 miles, and again, 0 to 60 is 6.3 seconds, and all them toys and premium features that you could wish for. On the road then, and the S5, yes, is a premium looking SUV, but it feels rather controlled and relaxing, and actually rather usable, even if you're not used to SUVs, because the cornering, the way it steers, not only feels controlled, but it's quite light. It has that zippy, sporty edge to it that you don't really get across the car market for a car of this size. And it's quite surprising with how light the steering feels, but not in a bad way. It doesn't feel light in the sense that it feels like the steering wheel's going to fall off if you've got no control. It feels light in the sense it just seems to glide across the roads. As for actual usability, digital dash might be straightforward, but it displays traffic sign recognition, the adaptive cruise control settings, even what level of regenerative braking mode you're currently in. And as for regenerative braking, this actually supports 1 pedal drive. It won't bring you to complete stop. When you ease your foot off the accelerator, it doesn't naturally brake. It just makes it more comfortable. Plenty of space and storage. You've got all the driving tech that you need, built-in sat-nav, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. It's always a bonus because you'll keep this not as cluttered, and actual old school controls for climate. Brilliant. I know cars are just constantly developing and become more and more modern, but why do I have to go onto an iPad and go scroll through a load of settings to access a climate because I'm getting a bit hot on the roads? Let me just do that. And even the heated seats, heated steering wheel settings are all easy to access. Again, they're on the shortcut section at the corner of your infotainment screen. You have shortcut buttons for your 360 parking cameras, sat nav, your driver settings. It all just feels streamlined, and I feel like MG have really thought about real world use when it comes to this EV. They've not just kind of made a premium feel and looking electric car and just thrown everything in without really any thought. The way everything seems to be laid out, the way it drives on the road, also just makes it one of the most practical EVs on the market. Despite this being a large SUV, I feel like it's actually very manoeuvrable. The actual turning circle is a heck of a lot better than I think what you'd expect looking at it from the outside. And with the top spec camera and 360 parking cameras, getting into tight spaces, it feels like you're driving a saloon or a hatchback. It certainly don't feel like I'm driving a large SUV. And it's a little bit weird in that sense, but also impressive, because MG have managed to make an affordable electric SUV that not only feels premium, but it kind of feels a little bit of luxury, whilst also making it drive like a hot hatch. You see why that confuses me a little? So then, there you have it, the all-new MGS5 EV. Now, it may just look like the MG4 has got a bit chubby, For a matter of fact, this electric SUV is spacious, well equipped, and certainly won't cost you the earth, either in money or emissions. This electric SUV has practicality running through its veins, not only in its electric performance, but also in its space, also the amount of tech you get from standard, and the fact that the Trophy get all them luxury features like 360 parking cameras, heated seats, heated steering wheel, won't break the bank. And if you want to get some hands-on experience with this all-new electric SUV, then book your test drive at Perry's MG. Bring the family, bring the dog, bring your weekly food shop and see if it all fits. Spoiler alert, it will.